I don't think this is going to do anything at all. I might as well just bloody breathe it in.
In today's Bon Voyage, we visit the site of one of the world's greatest environmental catastrophes, the Aral Sea in Uzbekistan.
I just bumped into a couple of tourists who were like going down with like masks on or covering their faces like that because of all the pesticides.
Hang out in a ship's graveyard.
I'm stood on the seabed now, inside a ship. Can you believe it?
But will we throw caution to the wind and risk a swim in what's left of the Aral Sea?
So lots of people, they are afraid of this water. They say it's so polluted, it's dangerous to swim in here. But you know, I can say one thing: no dangers.
Well, there's no one in at all. And as soon as they get in, they get out.
Watch this week's Bon Voyage to find out.
Today, we're going to go on a journey and visit the site of a man-made catastrophe, the disappearance of the Aral Sea. I'm stood on the seabed now, inside a ship. Can you believe it? In the ship's graveyard, they call it, near Moynaq on the Uzbek side. Basically, the air tastes weird, and they say that's because of all the pesticides that they used to use when they were growing cotton around here, and that's why they diverted all the water from the sea to make the cotton. It was basically a very short-term decision that the Soviets did, and one that has led to the destruction of a whole other environment. Museum, by the way, mainly in Russian, so I don't really know what it's about, but I can have a guess. These are probably the animals that lived around the sea when it was a sea. And if he was here now, you'd go very hungry, wouldn't you? God, they're massive, aren't they? Pelican, there you go. That's a swan. They had a swan on the sea. I still can't make up my mind whether I'm going to go swimming in it because it does say it's very polluted. So I can't tell you how excited I am to be here. This is, or was, the Aral Sea, as you can see. There is a sign behind me that says Aral Sea from 1960. So in 1960, this whole expanse over here would have really been one massive sea. 4 times the size of Wales, 70,000 square kilometres. And now, as you can see, the sea is no more. But I just bumped into a couple of tourists who were like going down with like masks on or covering their faces like that because of all the pesticides and etc. So I don't know if it's worth the risk. And also, if you go swimming in the sea, apparently it's covered in sludge. Now, I don't want to be paranoid, but I can taste something quite nasty on my throat, at the back of my throat. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's in my mind. I don't think this is going to do anything at all. I might as well just bloody breathe it in. And also, I like that. So I've just had to try and take shelter from the wind because it is so windy down here. And the trouble is, there is nothing to stop the wind, really. There's no big trees. They try to plant these bushes, which look a bit like tumbleweed actually, to put the roots back into the soil to stop soil erosion and basically to stop the pesticides being spread around. But they've sort of given up with trying to get the sea back, unlike Kazakhstan, where they've got a bit of the Aral Sea as well. They've been a lot more successful trying to re-irrigate what was once one of the largest lakes in the world, I suppose. You can see how high the water would have been here. So I'm on the bottom of the sea, well, at the moment. And it's basically all the way up there. It's probably about almost 100 foot. Should we climb up? Right, man. Okay. Here we go, here we go. God, this is cool up here. Can't see anything because it's so bloody sunny. So as far as the eye can see was the sea. And now there's no sea. I can't see the sea. I mean, if you look over here, there are still people who live here, but definitely not very many. And I don't really know what they do, and unfortunately my driver won't be able to tell me because he doesn't speak a word of English. So another reason why this part of the Aral Sea in Uzbekistan hasn't been re-irrigated with water, if that's the word, is because they found gas here. So if you can look out there, you'll see. So they're not as bothered as Kazakhstan, which has plenty of gas, about making it a sea again, which is a bit of a shame, isn't it? For the fish. It is still a nasty taste in my mouth. It's amazing to think that all these canyons and rocks were basically at the bottom of the sea. This is pretty scary. I'm very nervous to go close to the edge because this canyon could collapse into the canyon. I don't even want to lie down on it because it's all poison on the floor potentially, isn't it? It could give way at any moment, and I am not the danger go lightly girl I used to be. So here it is, the Aral Sea. I don't think I'm going to go in it. My guide is really naughty, by the way. He brought a towel, and I kept saying to him, so are you going to go in it? And he was like, yes, yes. But he didn't really understand English, I thought. And I said, I can't decide if I'm going to go in it or not. Because I've read, and I was using Google Translate in Russian, that there's lots of pesticides in there. And he went, oh no, it's okay, it's okay. But no one else is going in it. You know what's really weird is as we're getting closer to the edge, it smells, but also look at it's like really weird, like mud. Look, squirrel, oh fucking hell, look. And look at all that salt. You see that? If that is salt or not pesticides. There's no fish that live in here anymore. Oh, look at that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, mate. Would you swim in that? It's like bloody... Apparently, as soon as you go in it, you've got to come out and have a shower. Oh, look at that. They even got bloody... Oh, that's so polluted. Look. That's what happens when, you know, like... When sewage outlets burst, they have foam. I am not going in that. I know this is what we came here for, but I'm also not mad. Okay, so this is the closest that I'm going to go unless I trip and fall in. I'm walking the plank now, and you can see, look at the mud. Which I was looking, it's all over my trainers, that mud. Which probably in the Dead Sea, people would pay a fortune to go on their bodies. But I don't think there's any coincidence that the people that are going in here, as soon as they come out, they're washing themselves in a shower immediately. That's by the shore. Fuck, this is not safe. Oh my God, I might end up in anyway. Can you imagine? So I'm at the end of the jetty. I did just touch the water. I will touch it again. I don't want to put my phone in it. There you go. It's on my hands. If anything happens to me, you know why. These people were trying to get me to go in at the other end of the jetty. And I said, no. They said, it's fine. Lots of people go in. Well, there's no one in at all. And as soon as they get in, they get out and have a shower straight away. So they know something, don't they? I mean, there's a big part of me that thinks, don't be such a pussy, just bloody do it. £2.50 to do that. No, £1.20. Oh, do you know what? My hand is actually really stinging now. So this brave guy just went in the sea, and tell me how it was.
So lots of people, they are afraid of this water. They say it's so polluted, it's dangerous to swim in here. But you know, I can say one thing: no dangers, no other problems. You can swim in there anytime you want, anywhere you want. Nothing bad would happen with you if you take a shower after swimming in there. And that was so really amazing. Yeah, don't worry guys. So I'm inviting all of you, I'm suggesting for all of you to come here and swim. Yeah, Karakal, Pakistan. I love you, Karakal, Pakistan.